day.
Oh, no.
All right, so we'll rejoin our students where we left off in the middle of the night. Fiona just heard Flea's voice in her head saying that Susan is at the Faire Circle.
Where are our birds? Are they with us at night?
I think so. I think there's like a perch for them, maybe inside.
So do they watch it during the day and then Flea watches it at night?
Flea follows Susan. That's all Flea.
Oh, Susan. They
Just
just watch
following
the
Susan.
circle.
Okay. So the birds are there then
Well, pretty soon they'll be flying back to you.
with
She's
a red
at
tomato.
A warning tomato.
I don't know if they will remember the tomato, but
Oh.
That's fair.
Yeah, the green is good, continue, go. Green is go. Red means no, stop.
means red alert,
Yes.
alert, something happened.
They're smart. They will know. They
Yeah.
will know.
Right.
they might forget about the tomato as they rush to get back to you.
They just kind of start squawking.
Oh man.
Moore's gonna be like, what is going on?
We're all like quickly just getting dressed.
Nothing.
I was gonna say, are you kidding me? I'm going in my pajamas.
Oh. Look.
It's an emergency. Someone could die.
I'm gonna at least throw on some jeans,
We
okay?
should grab our brooms to see the magic.
Yeah.
Room.
But also, I'm gonna sit up and definitely hit my head on the underside of my bed because when
Again.
you're half asleep, you don't remember that you decided to sleep under the bed and protest.
Yeah.
Yep.
Also, I mean, everyone just hears, and then ow! We like crawl out from guys, wake up.
Why?
Susan's at the circle. We gotta go.
Oh, fuck Susan.
You're like, okay, bye. And you just like,
I'm like,
That's just like my half asleep like
yeah,
response
you're like
to
whatever,
Susan.
and I'm like, Josephine, we have to go. Wake her up. I'm like,
Go
I
grab
put
her
like a
brooms.
hoodie on and run and go grab our brooms.
your hoodie's like backwards and shit. You're like, let's go.
She's like halfway through.
Like, I'm like, I just keep like trying to like shove my head through a sleeve, like.
As you're getting ready, through the window flies in Archie and Amber with those tomato. But they start calling at you two.
You had one job, Amber. Look,
We can chastise them later. Let's go.
fine.
It must be serious. I mean, if they're squawking like crazy too, so.
What, you think I would lie?
I mean, you do over exaggerate. So
I have never named one time.
all the time.
One time. One time.
The table?
Okay, name a second time.
She named 5 times.
Okay, that's not the point. We need to know.
That's true.
You passing out for pretend in front of Billy the second time?
I just didn't want to talk to him anymore. What else am I supposed to do? Leave the table? That's
Tell him
I'm
to
hungry.
leave. Anyways, did you get the brooms?
Yes.
Okay, let's go. Do you think we could just jump out the window?
You absolutely can.
Like open the
Okay.
window and like, okay, we're gonna fly.
I'm gonna do this, yes.
I'm gonna let her go first.
All right. You jump out the window.
Because if Claire can do it, I can totally do it, right? That's how that
Right.
works.
Oh, let's think this through, okay?
So you jump out the window to land on your broom and
To land on the broom?
Wait, I thought you brought the broom to the room.
yeah.
Yeah, you stick it between your legs and you
Okay.
jump.
Oh yeah, and you can fly out the window.
Yeah.
That's, yeah.
Jump out the window. I thought you were like jumping out the window and then getting on the broom.
No,
Like
we're flying.
action style.
We're flying out the window.
That's Fast and Furious.
We aren't that serious yet.
We're gonna fly out the window.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
All right. You all get on your broom and fly out the window.
Oh, see, thank God. I thought I was gonna have to roll, and I have a D4.
You like hit
so
the window frame.
Mine's a D10.
fuck.
Well, I was gonna say roll. just see how quickly you guys get there.
Ooh, what?
So it'd be flight.
Oh,
If we're flying, is it technically magic?
No.
Okay. I was just asking because I have a +1 just for magic, though.
Oh. I got a 1.
I got a 1 as well.
I got a 7.
Look, it's not as bad that I got a 1 because I have a D4, okay?
I have a D12.
There we go.
Okay. As you all rush out the window, Fiona with the most urgency takes the straight line course, cutting through the school to get to the Faire Circle.
Going like this. You guys
Sagging all around.
I was like, we'll just loop around. If we go around the whole building, we'll get to the Faire Circle. And Fiona's like, through this, under this bridge, over here, around this corner.
That actually checks out.
Yeah.
So as you fly through the school
Oh no.
to get to where the Faire Circle is,
No one sees me, no one sees me.
you come up to the opening where the Faire Circle is at as you kind of come over the cresting of the school, and you see in the middle of the circle, you see Susan standing there with her wand out, and she's doing different motions.
Is she fucking just fertilizing the tomatoes right now?
I don't know.
I mean, we're about to find out.
You woke me up in the middle of my night, just saying.
As you get closer, you see her
On a school night.
continue.
I woke her up on a school night.
As you get closer, you see her continuing to cast her spell.
Susan, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Oh, so we all show up at the same time?
She's in there first.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna get off my broom and be like, "Hey, Susan," like, and try to like walk over to like, "Hey, what's going on? Funny seeing you here."
As you get closer, you see her eyes are glazed over black.
Oh God, she's possessed by a demon.
That is terrifying.
Is anything happening?
At this point, nothing's happening.
Okay.
You can slap her.
Okay.
Slap her.
I'm gonna just like grab her arm and like try to shake her.
Okay.
I hope you have like a moment right there.
You guys come see me pass out her eyes
Yeah.
black. Like,
Yeah.
You reach out to shake her, and you you slump,
No.
No.
repeating the vision that you had before the last time that you touched her, with a circle opening or changing different colors, the circle opening, a stairway emerging, and a hooded figure coming out of the circle and exiting. I think it was towards the woods exiting out of the circle, out of your vision. As you, as that happens to you and you hit the ground, this is your recurring theme. Josephine and Claire get to the point where they're able to see the circle, and as you look down, you see Susan standing in the middle. You see her waving her wand around. As this is happening, you see the circle starts to illuminate a neon green
Not
color.
crazy. I'm passed out. I'm passed out. On my way down, could I have tried to like hold on to her? Like, no.
Try to hold on to her.
Yeah, like grab like her ankle or something.
Go ahead and make a.
You're slowly
Don't make
sliding down her body, trying to grab
Yeah.
something.
Go ahead and make a grit check.
Oh, this will go well.
It'll be a difficulty of 8.
It's not gonna go well.
No.
It's not gonna go well, y'all. That's a 1. I'll take my.
You're
So you just
fair.
right on your face. Like,
I like go to reach, and so it's like my hands stop. Like I'm like grab her, and my
Grab
body's
the
like
tomato
no.
plant instead.
I like grab like the grass. I'm like, stupid, as I'm like, passing out. While also mentally screaming, no, not now.
as you two come down, you see, let's say you see Susan there. You see the ground starting to change to a neon green. You're at this point. You're too far to, or as you're coming up, you currently do not see Fiona.
Oh no, that looks great.
Well, I guess we go up to her.
Yeah.
Okay.
How close do we get to her before we
out of
see
her
Fiona?
You land outside the circle,
Mhm.
and you see Fiona unconscious on the ground right next to Susan.
Rapid eye movement and everything.
Mhm.
Damn, you're middle of the night REM sleep.
Yeah.
Well, we gotta go get Fiona.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Number
I'm
one.
screaming like
Are you even back up? Are you even conscious again?
no,
No, not yet.
no. Just know I'm screaming.
Go ahead and make a grit check for the both of you
Oh,
as you try to enter the circle. It'll be a difficulty of 6.
9.
5.
Okay. Josephine, as you try to push through the circle, you feel a barrier around the edge that's keeping you from going in.
Oh no.
Oh.
You're like, it's like a mine. You walk into like the invisible wall.
Claire, at first you feel the barrier, and as you continue to push to try to get to Fiona, you feel yourself push through the barrier.
Nice.
As you step inside the circle where it's still emanating the neon green light, you see Fiona again still unconscious at the feet of Susan.
Mhm.
You see Susan has her eyes are glazed over and black, and she's not made any signs that she's noticed you. She's continuing to cast her spell.
Is she still like waving her hand around?
Mhm.
I grab her arm and try and pull her wand out of her hand.
Okay. Go ahead and make a fight check.
No.
Oh no. Well, you got a +1.
You're not wrong.
That is the mighty one.
So that's a 2.
It is a 2.
Want to know what's funny? That's my fight.
Why?
Listen, I may not be very strong. Listen, I have a D4 in Brawn. However,
You go in and you go in and you grab at her hand that has her wand, and she moves it out of the way. You can see it is not where it looks like the spell would have gone, but she was able to move it out of the way to avoid you grabbing it. As she like finishes moving her hand away from you, you see the tip of the wand change colors from green to a red color.
Oh, no.
No. We gotta go. I grab Fiona. We gotta go. I just start
I
yelling.
can't even get in.
Screaming, how did you get in there?
What do I do? I just yell, we gotta go, and I grab Fiona and we're just trying to drag her out of the circle.
Okay.
I'm gonna come to and be
Then
mad.
Go ahead and roll your flight.
God, no. I got a 4 this time.
Ooh.
All right.
That's the highest I can go.
You are able to grab Fiona, and as you see the red light getting brighter and brighter from the wand of Susan,
Oh, no.
you grab Fiona and pull her, and you get to the barrier, and you're able to step through it. Right as you step through, the red light emits from her wand and hits the barrier that was around the circle, but stops at that point. as you two are now outside the circle.
Wait, I'm outside the circle now?
Yep.
No!
Once you're outside the circle, you see the red light on the one start to go back to green, and her go back to the motion she was going through. After 10 seconds of it,
I chuck a tomato at her.
It's gonna hit the barrier.
After 10 seconds of it, you throw a tomato, and before the tomato hits, you see Susan sink into the ground.
Fuck!
Oh,
Am I awake yet?
that is spooky.
Almost.
Oh.
Is the barrier
As
still
the-
there?
What's that?
Is the barrier still there?
Once she sinks into the ground, the green illumination fades, as well as the barrier. And at this point, you hear the crowing or squawing of Amber and Archie flying near you guys. And at that point, with that sound, awakes Fiona.
Susan's gone.
She real gone.
Like, bye, Felicia gone.
I'm gonna like get up and run into the center of the, like where she was standing
Jesus
again.
Christ, we just dragged you out of there.
Like where did she
Like into the hole.
Like into the ground.
Yeah. Is it?
So there's not a hole where she went. Like,
She just
there's
went-
not a hole. She went.
it's like
just,
the
through
earth
surface.
sucked her up
Yeah.
like a straw.
But you can.
I'm trying to like, just imagine that noise and Susan just dropping.
Tasty.
Can I just say I imagine Susan as what's her name? Choi from Harry Potter.
Cho Chang.
Yeah. That's what I remember.
In our Hillbrook game, one of the guys, he's like, all right, so I'm going to define everybody of what they look like. And it's like they met a butler and like, oh, he looks like this guy. I'm like, all right, you're going to have to show me a picture. It's like, oh, he looks like this guy. You're going to have to show me a picture.
Yeah.
All right. Fiona comes to outside of the circle. All the
Like
light shows
immediately
have
rushes
ended.
back in.
The squawking going on. With the squawking going on, in the castle, you start to see lights illuminate.
Oh.
Oh no.
Gotta go.
Should we head back?
Would there be any way I could figure out what like she was casting?
Right?
Magic.
You can roll a brain.
Well, remember the last time we tried doing that? It was just like there was a lot of magic around us.
But we saw
There was-
her
So
doing stuff.
last time you did it, there was faint magic going into it.
Oh.
That's a 9.
You're not able to tell what the spell she was casting was, but you were able to tell it is of a transportation style of spell. So like a teleportation or a portal spell or something like that.
Should we go see if she's
But-
back in her room or something? Or
All that to go back to her room though. Plus, she tried attacking us.
She tried attacking us.
yeah.
There was like an attack spell that only went to the barrier of the thing.
I was unconscious. I don't remember. I do.
Okay, well, it was red and angry looking.
As you guys are having this conversation, more lights are coming on in the castle.
We better go.
I don't want to leave her here though.
It's Susan. She's fine.
That's like leaving you here. Would you expect me to leave you here?
Yes. No.
Well, I wouldn't.
Okay, well,
Isn't she like gone though? Like she got slurped up into the ground. Like a drinking straw? Like,
Did we see like the
This
ground
is not like a
actually
bendy
open
spot.
and she go down,
Or
or
did
did
she
we
just,
see
like,
like
go
a
through?
portal?
You,
Or yeah, or did she
from-
go through?
From where you were at, because you were pulling her out, you weren't able to see you weren't able to see any type of an opening. You just saw her go down. Josephine, you had a better view because you weren't able to get through the barrier. You saw the green glow that was underneath her, or encompassing the circle. It changed to a darker green, kind of like a dark grass green, versus like a neon green. And then she went down through there.
so she went through some kind of dark green circle thing.
Like a portal.
Kind of.
Do you
I
really
don't
think
know.
she would go back to her room that way?
I don't know,
No.
like if she was like possessed or something, and she just kind of like. But we don't even. We have to see if she's there the next day, and if she is, we should interrogate her.
What if she's not there the next day?
Then we come find her tomorrow.
Yeah, or should we look for her?
Should we tell a teacher?
As this is going on, you see.
We're gonna get in trouble.
As this is going on, whoever's facing towards where the castle is at, you see two figures kind of coming out there and starting heading towards the fairy circle.
Oh
They
no.
both have flashlights, or they both have their
The wands
wands
illuminated.
illuminated.
Flashlights.
Yeah, flashlights. I forgot the whole magic
Magic.
thing too. Magic.
Yeah.
And they're heading towards the circle, and you see the light on their wands getting brighter and brighter as they continue to get closer to the circle.
Okay, we gotta come up with a lie to why we're here.
Do we have like time to leave? Like, do we know if they see us yet?
You can't tell if they see you yet, because
we-
it's hard to because it's dark and the light is at you. It's hard to make out, or you can't really read them.
I mean,
Should we just run?
I can stay back and say I was like sleepwalking, and you guys can run. Just take my broom with you.
We could say we came to find you.
Sure.
Okay,
I was trying to get.
Okay,
No, we're staying, I guess.
Make a decision.
We're staying.
We're staying.
Okay. The lights continue to move forward and get brighter, and as they get brighter,
Hoodie's on backwards.
you hear the voice of Professor Lion coming out. It's like, what's going on? Who's out there?
Hi, Professor.
And
Who's the other?
the next to him is Professor Evergreen, Gloria, the potions teacher.
She can do magic. If her wand's lit up, she can do magic. Rumor resolved.
We got so much accomplished.
Maybe.
I was gonna say I don't buy it.
But they're both coming out towards you, and they're like, let's go. What are you guys doing out here? What's going on?
We had to come get Fiona.
So the thing is,
What's Fiona doing out here?
she was sleepwalking, and we wanted to come find her before she hurt herself. Or
Just be quiet, because if you wake her up now, sleepwalkers are very confused.
you're just like pretending to be asleep.
Yeah, I'm like really like it looks like I'm just like trying to wake up. Like I don't where am I?
When sleepwalkers are woken up in the middle of their sleepwalk, they're very confused.
Go ahead and make me a charm check.
More charming than me. Oh,
What's that?
8.
Is going to be a difficulty of 10. So if you guys have adversary tokens to spend, you'd be able to increase it.
Sure. We'll go up to 10.
Okay. Okay. You see Professor Evergreen like, oh, I didn't know she had this condition. We saw a glowing light is out here. Is that Has she had this often?
I don't know. We just got here.
Well, I meant for sleepwalking. Does she
Oh, the
spells in her
sleepwalk?
sleep?
Sometimes, when she has those pass out moments.
Oh yes, I've seen those before.
Yeah.
Everyone knows I have a fainting problem.
Like, oh, she just does that.
Yeah, sometimes when she doesn't do enough when she's awake, she'll start just doing it when she's asleep.
It's like she was trying to exercise. She was going on a walk.
Like a reverse fainting spell.
Very, very unusual. But well,
She's a little bit of an unusual student.
Well, let's get you.
I just suddenly I look at you like, what?
Well, let's get you back to class, and we'll have.
To class.
Or sorry, we'll get you back to your room, and we will.
2 a.m. class.
Oh, you was it? Claire might be down for 2 a.m. class.
Why not?
I forget that I had the 2 a.m. Like, oh no.
Well, let's get you back to your rooms and get everything calmed down for the evening, and we'll have the nurse check her out tomorrow, make sure everything's okay.
Man.
And Professor Evergreen kind of stops and looks around the circle, and then starts to head back in. As she's heading back in, you see the wand starts dimming, and she reaches into her cloak, and you see her dip her wand inside, and then it illuminates.
She's a cloak playing on the tip.
Her wand into a potion to cause it to illuminate. But and
Wait, we see this?
Hi.
Oh.
Hello.
Can you pick me up, please? Hello?
I cannot.
Yeah, you see her kind of reach in to make her wand bright again. After she does that, she kind of keeps looking around the circle, and Professor Lyons starts walking you through back, and just so. Well, I'll take you back to your room. Do you need to stop by the? Are you hungry from this? Do you need to stop by the cafeteria?
Yeah.
Is this the thing?
Well,
Why
I mean,
not? Yeah,
I don't know,
we
I
like
haven't-
snacks. We're up already.
I was like, sure. I could food sounds okay.
Okay,
food good.
let's make stop there. We'll get you some food, and hopefully that'll get you feeling better. And he starts walking you to the cafeteria. When you enter the cafeteria, because at this time there's normally not much food. There's a couple leftovers. They're desperate. They want to talk to you.
No, that was actually 2 different people. I don't know what's happening.
But they take you back to the cafeteria. You're able to grab some snacks. As you are there grabbing snacks, Fiona, you hear in your head, does this mean my assignment's over? Do I get your pillow now?
I mean, yeah. We'll figure it out. I don't know if it's over, but you already have my pillow.
Okay. He stops talking, and you guys finish eating. If there's anything you want to discuss, you can, or anything you want to say to the professor. If not, you guys head back up to your room, and
Thanks, my dude.
So, Professor Lyon, what you were with Professor Gloria just now?
well, we heard the disturbance out in the courtyard, and we came out to see what was going on. Her room is near mine.
Go on.
What? Yeah, go on. Why were you two together in the corner?
Well, because her room's 2 doors down from mine, so when I stepped out, then she stepped out of hers.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
No. Well, Any special ladies in your life?
I feel it's a bit inappropriate for professors and students if that's what you're angling at.
No,
No.
no.
We're just trying to get to know you. I've never been in his class, I don't think. I'm like,
Oh,
this guy is.
he's the charms teacher, yeah.
Yep.
No, I think you are in his class, aren't you?
Nope, she is.
She's-
Oh, we
Yeah.
are. Okay.
Yeah.
It's like, no ladies in the life. School keeps me awfully busy here.
Okay. What made you a professor of charms?
Are you charming? Wink, wink, wink.
Do you say wink out loud as you're
Yes.
winking?
Well, when I was younger at school, and I had problems expressing myself and finding the right words to say. Well, charms can make conversations a lot easier. It might not be the best way to deal with social situations that you don't know how to do, but it can certainly help. So that's what drove me there.
Professor, that sounds very manipulative. Just saying.
Well, I mean,
I mean-
charms is a very manipulative power.
Maybe that's why I'm not in that class.
That's why you have to be responsible with it and use it appropriely.
Have you
You
ever
just
used
can't.
it inappropriately?
Wink, wink, wink.
We're like, Josephine.
Sorry, I'm interested.
Well, no, personally, I have not, but I know many people who've made love potions to take.
Those two immediately they perk up. Mort must be in your guys' class.
Use love potions to win over the people that they have affections for, but the charms will dwindle over time, and then depending on how well they're done, or if they're not done well enough, the person will realize what has happened, and then it typically always ends very badly. So
That sounds fun and exciting. We should. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, God. Next adventure, okay?
What?
Hmm?
Huh?
Okay, well, Professor, good night.
all right, well, good evening, ladies.
Good night, wink.
Gives you a
Wink,
puzzle
wink,
look.
wink. Isn't tomorrow the tournament?
the
The
game,
volleyball
yeah.
tournament.
game.
Oh, yeah.
As
Spend
you
a lot of time up.
as you guys return back to your room, Morticia is still asleep,
Oh, dang, she can sleep through a lot.
Damn.
and as Fiona, as you go to your bed, you see Flea has already claimed his prize.
I thought Billy was going to be at the door.
Oh,
waiting for you.
God.
That would be really weird. I'd be like,
He would have just like walked straight past.
but anyways,
He's just
I'm having a
waiting.
life crisis right now. I don't need you around me.
He sleepwalks too.
Oh yeah. Oh man, I have to go to
Match made in
the
heaven.
nurses tomorrow. Do you think I can
It's
get out
your
of class?
excuse. It's your excuse to not have to be in Billy's locker room.
Oh. Oh. Do you think they'd excuse me from classes?
Yes.
Okay.
Is that your main priority there?
I don't know.
Class.
I literally am taking divination. I think I've got it down.
Okay.
And worst comes to worst, I'll steal your history of magic notes.
Oh.
And you're asleep. I've never done that before. Definitely not your charmed notes for someone else either. Never. Anyway,
Leave it
good
away.
night. Oh, look at the time.
Oh man, you woke me up in the middle of a school night for Susan.
Yeah, and you drove me out of the fairy circle. We couldn't figure
You're
out what
welcome.
was going on.
You're welcome. Look, there was an angry attack heading towards us. Okay. It hit the barrier. That's why we're alive right now.
Do you think she attacked me?
Yes.
I passed out.
No. Like when I was in the circle
Oh.
with you.
Oh, Because I don't think I made that clear that I passed out.
No, I went to go to stop her from
Was
doing
my-
whatever she was doing.
Was my vision the exact same as before? Oh my
Can you
god.
tell us?
I mean, you guys already know that.
But I mean, it was the same vision.
Yeah, it's the same
Oh,
vision.
okay.
I had the
Nothing
same
new?
exact vision. No.
But no, she attacked us. Like I went to go take her wand out, and then the whole thing started turning red instead. So that's when I had to
Yeah, I
drag
was
you
there. I
out.
saw it.
Technically,
then,
you
like-
attacked her a little bit there, but
Look.
Well, we just showed up and you were passed out, and
Her eyes were black.
Yes, I saw that.
that was spooky.
We were trying to.
That's why I was trying to be like, "Hey, what are we doing?"
buddy.
We were trying to stop things. Okay. So when I was dragging you out, she did a little attack spell.
She had a
that
little
was aimed
shoot
at us.
A
Yes.
shoot to whoop.
Yes.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go to bed, or maybe I should stay up and then I'll look more sickly.
It's okay, you always look
We could just.
Wait,
I was gonna say we could use makeup, but okay. Damn.
I was gonna say, wait, what do they mean when I'm an unusual student?
We'll just look. It was
Wait a
a lie.
that just clicked. You're like, wait a minute.
They called me on you. What does that mean?
It was a lie to try and get us out of it.
What does that mean? I like. You're like it was. I just like. I'm like, all right, Claire. Anyways,
I'm just like, good night.
You're like, I don't want to go there.
No.
I'm like, Claire. You have to tell me.
It was a lie.
Claire, you have to tell me the truth.
Okay, look, you're a weird ass person.
Oh,
I like you for it, but the teachers are sometimes weirded out by you.
What do I do that's that weird?
The table.
The table, the passing out, the visions.
The loud tone of voice. And talking about Billy and like everything, you know.
Listen. All right. I don't tell the teachers I have visions because that is a little too much for them, I think. You know?
They know.
Oh, great. Lovely.
Yeah.
All right. Well, apparently I'm the school weirdo.
That's dating Billy. You have fun with that?
Oh my god.
Man, his standards must be really low then. Good night.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ, okay.
Okay. Anything else before you all call it an evening?
It's a school night, okay?
Okay. You all call it an evening, and next morning you all wake up. You have your classes for the day, and when Mart wakes up, she wakes up and she doesn't know anything of what happened last night. She slept through the whole thing, so
Yeah.
she's morning, ready to go get breakfast.
Can I just roll over and
Okay.
Meanwhile, I'm like, still wearing my hoodie backwards. Like, what?
Well, I guess you guys didn't sleep well. Well, I'll see you guys later. And she heads out and
Okay, now that she's gone.
Yes, no, I'm gonna go do some research on teleportation spells like that.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go to the library.
Instead of breakfast.
Should we do that first and see if Susan's like at the cafeteria?
Oh, right, yeah,
Yeah.
Susan, right.
And then I guess I
Yeah.
can't. Wait, do we have history of magic today? I can't skip class. What if she's not there?
today. So you guys have 3 classes.
See, I figured today, since the Branderball tournament, like all classes were just canceled for the day.
You only have your morning class, which is you can pick which one it is. That's not history of magic. Astronomy is common one.
I have charms and potions.
Potions of
so.
unknown origin. Divination.
Defense against malicious magic. It'll probably be my divination class.
Okay.
So you skip it.
No.
What classes do you have again? Charms and.
History, magic, charms, and astronomy.
Yeah.
What's up?
Okay. I think he's saying potty, but I don't know.
What's that? Potty? Or are you saying party?
Party?
Okay. So we'll say Fiona has her I forgot, divination class.
Mhm.
Jasmine has her potions of unknown origin class. And Josephine has her astronomy class.
Very nice.
Is your one class for the day. We'll start with Fiona. As you go there, you see Professor Melman.
Oh my god, he made it to class.
He's actually there.
And
Impressive.
There's probably about 10 or between 10. Most of the class sizes are about 10 to 15 kids. None of the other kids. I don't think any other kids that we've met were in your class.
I figured Smile would be.
Oh. Joffrey
Smiley Pelican.
or Edison.
But as you come in, Melman is sitting at the desk and it's like, "Oh, Fiona, are you feeling better?
Yeah, like he need a
We saw
fire
you.
going on.
You were not well yesterday. Well, at least wrapped up in a blanket in the cafeteria.
yeah.
It seems very strange."
That's right.
Yeah, I was having a moment and then I sleepwalked last night again. You know,
Oh,
that's probably why I was a little off yesterday.
it's unusual. Have you done this many times before?
Sometimes. Kind of goes hand in hand with like my fainting stuff.
Did you faint again?
Yes.
What'd you see?
Oh,
You know, the usual.
I'm gonna literally just be like, is there other people in there?
Mhm.
Oh god. Are they listening?
They
There-
always listen when it has to deal with you.
They're all nosy.
There's two people who are in the front who
Yeah, ain't
are who are close enough who could hear what you're saying. You don't know if they're actively eavesdropping on your conversation. But if they try to hear it, they could. The rest of the people in the class are kind of too far back to hear.
I'm gonna literally tell him the entire thing. And that is the second time that it's happened.
Oh,
Same exact one. And
Okay.
it's weird.
All right.
Okay, he's like, that's different.
You
And it's
have,
happened twice,
yes. In
and
a row. Not really in a row.
at the Faire Circle.
yeah, in a row.
Not really in a row. Breakfast.
Oh, right.
So, and at the Faire Circle both times.
Yeah, and then when I woke up from sleepwalking, like I came to and I was at the Faire Circle yesterday, which was really weird.
Well,
We're really solidifying this one.
Oh yeah, mega spooks.
Was this just a new rumor for you? Like you just sleepwalk and have visions?
I'm officially the school psychopath.
The school medium. Like
Yes.
people do for like palm readings and shit, and you're just like,
And I like look at their palm and I'm like, your hands sweaty.
you're like, don't eat wheat bread.
Just start giving out like random information.
I'm going to, and then it actually all turns out true, and I'm like, what?
You tell someone they gotta pierce their left earlobe. And
Don't cross the street at 3 p.m. Just the randomest stuff moving.
Make sure to wear red shorts on Saturday. This Saturday.
Specifically.
On one of the Star Wars games I played in, someone had the Force C power, so you get images of the future, and at times our GM would use like, okay, well this is something you foresee and something helpful use. So other times like, oh, you see this, and it's like, and like it was like, how's this gonna play into anything? It's like, oh, well, it's just something you see. It's not like anything major related to the storyline.
It just happened.
You haven't seen that
It's
this is
there.
going to happen. It's like, oh, okay. So, but the if you're running the game, the best C of the 4C power is to steer your people. We're like, oh well, what do I see? You see this bar. You see these people in this bar. All right, we're gonna go to the bar.
Yeah.
That's some railroading.
Yeah.
Dang.
No, you're letting people use their power.
That's true.
And
I
people
was gonna
love
say
it.
they don't necessarily have to go there.
Yep.
It's just saying that you see it.
That make it sound interesting.
Yep. And the players love it because then they're like, oh, I used my power and it did this. Like, yeah, you just went walking down the street, you would have ended up there anyways. So, the power is the GM. But he's like, well, the Faire Circle has had people disappear through it before, but it's been years.
I'm like,
There was a Madeline, I don't remember her last name, but she
Madeline.
is
I like that.
but it's probably been about 10 years ago. She was one of the what's transportation. What's this? No, there's a better name for this sphere of magic for transportation. That I
Teleportation.
can't think of the name of it, but whatever the branch of school is that deals with translocation spells. She was working on translocation spells, and she said she found something related to the circle, and students said that she went to the circle and was pulled into it and then wasn't seen again. But this is years ago.
Wait. If Susan's in my potion class, we're gonna see her. Maybe.
do you know where she found the stuff about the translocation?
No, we looked through the books, and that we looked through her. We looked through the books that is showing that she checked out in the library, and we didn't find anything. So unless she had some that she got from outside of the library, or that she took without
Are there like
wanting
forbidden
other
books?
people to know.
That's what she's trying to make an invisibility spell to go see them.
Yeah, in the library there's forbidden books.
You're not supposed to know
It's-
that.
I know. I don't know that, but
Yeah. But yeah, he doesn't say it, but in the library there's a forbidden section.
Okay.
weird.
So if you had a better view of the person, who may know who it might be, but
I kind of have a weird inkling, but I saw in my vision it was the person coming out.
you also mentioned that at the end of the vision you saw the constellations in the sky. Do you remember them well enough to draw them?
I'm smart, probably.
Okay. Go ahead and make a brains roll. Say 8.
That's a 7. I'm going to use an adversity token to make it an 8.
Okay. So you're able to write down, basically, draw out what the constellations look like, or at least the key constellation. I already know that. What the key constellations look like at the end of your vision. So if you have somebody who's familiar with astronomy, then they may be able to help with that. So like if you, but I'll let the other teachers know that you've seen this and see if they may have any other knowledge
Man, they're gonna be
about.
talk.
Do you not want me to?
I mean,
If it's something.
fine. I just, if it come to my attention that apparently I'm known as unusual.
Many people are known as unusual. I mean, I'm sure people have told you that I'm unusual.
This is such a sad talk right now. I'm enjoying it.
And I'm like, okay, but I'm not like I'm thinking this. I'm not saying. I'm like, but yeah, you are unusual. Like,
I mean, I think this is the first time I've been to class in 3 days, but
I think it's been
there
longer.
were serious conditions. But anyways,
listen,
it's okay.
HIPAA violation for me to ask.
It's okay to be unusual, and it makes everybody unique.
A parent chat right here.
Oh.
All right,
He's really
well,
just taking you
that's
under
fine.
But
his
if you don't
Under his neck.
if you don't want me to tell the other teachers, I will respect that. I will have to tell the headmaster, but I'll keep it from the other teachers.
Oh man, that's fine. You can tell anyone, I
He's
guess.
gonna bring
It's
you
fine.
into his humidifier area. Okay?
Just breathe in deeply. It's okay.
Just let it
Breathe in the
soak in.
eucalyptus.
Oh my god.
And after you leave, you see him kind of writing down notes on his paper, and class starts.
So this is where we need to go into the headmaster. Be super serious about it. Ask him if he uses silverware. Because now there's a reason
will
for us
answer
to
any-
show up.
I'll answer any question that you want, as long as you answer this honestly. Can you use a fork?
How would you eat this item? It like scoots like a bowl of like spaghetti.
Like some tomato soup and grilled cheese or something.
No,
Like,
no, because you can use that with your hands, like to dip the grilled cheese.
give him a salad.
A lasagna.
Where did the lasagna come from?
Lasagna.
Something that's like too messy to pick up with your hands is what I'm
Yeah,
going with.
that's true.
So we'll jump over to
Okay.
Josephine, going to her.
We're avoiding the potions class because Susan's in potions.
What if she's not?
What class did you say yours was? Oh, your astronomy class.
Yeah.
Do we have
Who's
an
the
astronomy
teacher? We have to come up with a teacher.
I don't think we have an astronomy teacher.
Should we just do like a pop culture thing for our school now?
Yeah.
Because I think we've used up most. Skipper? Wait, no.
They were the trouble kids.
They haven't shown up yet. We can still use them.
They haven't shown up yet.
Can it be private? Private would be so cute as the astronomy teacher. Oh, no. Kowalski.
Kowalski.
The smart one of the penguins.
Oh yeah.
Kowalski analysis.
Kowalski.
The other one was what? Rico?
Rico, Kowalski, Skipper.
And private.
Is it private? Okay.
What about all of them? They're all the astronomy teachers.
I love it.
Okay. So you go in there, and Professor Kowalski is there. He's sitting at the desk waiting for everybody to come in. As you come in, he pays no special attention to you. I'm assuming you take your seat at the back of the class, and
Those cool kids in the back.
you sit. Class starts, and probably about 5 minutes into class, you see like a gaseous form kind of come through the door and move next to the professor, and then it kind of starts to swirl, and then you see letters being formed out in it, and it says, Josephine, please report to the please report to the career advisor. As it says this, all of the eyes in the classroom turn to you.
Oh
I didn't even know we had one of those.
I didn't know either until just now.
That's because she has her entire life planned out. She doesn't need a career advisor.
Say everybody had to have somebody that they have to deal with. But if you're the person who doesn't want to do anything, then this appears to be the natural antagonist for you.
Your
That makes you
nemesis.
do things.
I guess I get up and just go like,
I'm like, oh,
oh
Okay.
God.
As you the gaseous form with the writing stays until you exit the door, and then once you step out inside the classroom, you see it just dissipate and.
That's really funny.
I hope the advisor is Skipper now.
Oh.
Was it like earlier? I was debating on doing like a howler, but I'm like, nah, that's done.
Oh my God.
I would have enjoyed that a lot. I'm just gonna say.
So I'm like, there has to be some other way, and so you head through the halls, and
Skipper has like a 5-point plan for you already.
Oh.
you you head down to the career section, and in there you see Skipper, who is a retired who is a retired person in the magical army.
Fancy.
Very.
He
That's how they all met.
he sees you come in, and it's like, Josephine, please come join us.
Why am I here?
Well, we are here so we can help you. We understand that you're having problems in school, not finding a good way to steer your life in a positive direction. So we want to help you find something that you can look forward to after you leave us here from Julian's school for the talented, or for talented.
For talented.
For talented.
Man, it could be a shame that
And
I
it's King Julian.
King Julian's school for talented. Or not for talented.
Yeah, King Julian School for Talented.
Okay. We want to help you find something that you would enjoy, that you can use your talents that you've learned here. We've heard from other kids that you're not very you don't participate well in class.
Oh.
Oh, the kids are talking about you. It's not even the professors, it's the kids.
Well, I mean, there's, of course, we have kids who help out with this as well. I'm sure
You're like, is one of them Claire? Is one of them named Claire by chance?
he's like, I'm sure. I'm sure you know Angela from your astronomy, or not? What's your other class? Not astronomy. Charms. I'm sure you know Angela from your charms class. She's
charming.
She's gonna be a stand-up comedian.
That's what you're supposed to be. That would be amazing.
She's pointed out that you're very, I guess, lackadaisical in your class. Don't have much desire to really participate. So we need to find something. What inspires you? Do we need to get a different class for you? What can we do to help you?
Leave me alone. Shoot, I don't know. I thought I was doing just fine in my classes.
From talking to your professors, you get okay scores, but they don't see any enjoyment of it.
Okay.
It's kind of like when you're after you leave school and you get a job that you don't like. You go there and you do what they want you to, but you don't gain anything from it. And that's what we want. We don't want you to go out into the world and just.
I can't wait to hear about this at lunch.
We want you to be happy. We want you to find something that drives you.
Well, like what sorts of things would you suggest that I don't know that
Well, serving the wizarding community was my call.
community service?
No,
I'm
Well, I mean, if that's really what you'd like, we have that as well. But so I enlisted with the wizarding, or I enlisted in the Wizarding's world's defense team. We'd go around to find where unusual things were happening and try to identify what was causing them to stop them. So that's a very noble career. I mean, you don't get much recognition from it because, well, people, you don't want people to know that you're doing this. But
What?
Thank God I haven't been pulled down into his office. I feel
But,
like
We already know what you're gonna do.
do you?
No.
I don't know.
Angela here, her plan is after school. Her plan after here is to try to work at one of the more prestigious libraries to help continue the education of younger students. There's many things that can be out there for you. You just need to try more things, put effort into what you do, and see what calls you.
Okay.
So how can we help you?
Transfer into one of my classes. Do it. No.
Oh my gosh.
Just feed him some like bullshit. That you want to research unknown magical creatures. There we go. They've all been found out.
Like mythology kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Just come up
See
with
if
something.
there's like a Hydra or an actual Cerberus.
Oh yeah, there's.
Yeah, you know.
I don't know, maybe like
I don't know if
mythology and creatures and
What's it?
all
What's
that
it
fancy
called?
stuff.
Cryptozoology.
Cryptos. See if Bigfoot in the human world is actually a mythical creature, or if it's just a bunch of bullshit. Or a
You wanna
really hairy
debunk-
homeless person. There we go.
You
Really hairy homeless person.
You want to debunk cryptozoology?
Yes. No, I like this. This seems like such a fun one.
Yeah, let's go with that. Cryptozoology seems interesting.
Cryptozoology. He
That's
goes over and has to like start grabbing books and
Oh.
through.
You might have just made a lot of work for you.
Oh, how convenient. I have to go back to class now.
He goes
Loch Ness Monster,
and finds a
Chupacabra. There's a bunch of them.
Mothman.
Did you just say Mothman?
He's just a crazy guy who really likes light bulbs.
Just dresses up in a suit, runs around.
It's not even
Godzilla.
actually a suit. It's just his pajamas.
well, if that is what you would like to do,
Were lemurs.
this is an unusual request, so it might take me a little bit of time to find the appropriate teachers for you.
Oh,
But we will find something,
Okay.
and we'll see if this is what will inspire you.
He'll hand
And-
you over to Rico. Oh man,
It's
what
gonna
a
be
fucking-
like freaking that one show with ghosts, how they're trying to like what's that show called? Where they're just trying to find ghosts.
Ghost hunters.
Ghost hunters. Where it's just like that and stuff, just going around with the
I'll be your
like, night
sidekick.
vision goggles, like in the middle of the day. Like
Yeah. I'll be your sidekick.
I'll make you potions for it.
looking under like just random stuff, like, oh, is there a ghost there?
Ghost?
Oh.
Ghost?
Bigfoot? Bigfoot? Bigfoot.
Keep going.
Bigfoot. Just the stupidest stuff.
And as he's going through the books, go ahead and make a. I forget that. Yeah, I'll give you 6 and I managed to forget them.
Oh man. I'm telling you,
Uh,
Loch Ness Monster, Chupacabra. What's the Mexican one?
Go ahead and make a flight roll.
Flight?
Flight.
It's a light.
CFO.
Yeah, if you can
Because
just like
you're-
slide right on out.
So it's flight because you're trying to avoid a situation.
Oh,
You're
okay.
proposing this is what you want to do, not really. So it's more of a distraction of I want to get out of here. So go ahead and make your flight roll. We'll put it at a 7.
I don't know what it's.
Is that a 9 or a 6?
That is a 9.
Hey.
Hey.
Okay, it's like, well, thank you for coming down. Angela and I will work on finding some stuff for you.
Super duper.
She will come,
Yeah.
and then once we find some, she'll come by and spend some time with you to help guide
Oh.
you and to help
Yeah.
guide you in this new path, and hopefully you will find it interesting and it'll be what makes you happy in life.
Try and like ditch Angela as much as possible.
Bodacious.
I'll come hang out with you guys. I'll weird her out. I got this. It's like I need someone to get rid of someone else as fast as possible.
Or I'll come by and just be like, she already has someone to help her. Me. Okay. Get lost.
You're like, hey, bye.
As you step out, you see Kowalski and Angela go over and kind of start grabbing different books and kind of start making a stack.
Oh, Skipper.
I thought you already went. I thought Skipper was the first one.
I think
I thought Kowalski was the teacher.
Yeah,
Oh, Kowalski
Kowalski
was
was
the teacher.
astronomy, and then
No. We'll get this right.
That's why you got to write stuff down. It's important.
I've written nothing down.
Kowalski,
I only write down the stuff that my character would know because
astronomy
I feel like I
teacher,
should just start using this
Skipper.
one for.
probably. Well, you could do one of the guys who played in a couple games of mine. He had his notebook, and for one campaign he wrote on the front. On another
Yeah, I
campaign
was
he
thinking
wrote
about
on the
just
back
flipping it
side.
and we'll start filling that way.
Skipper, the career advisor, and
Angela equals snitch.
Landsmith,
snitches get stitches.
student advisor.
I put snitch, parentheses student advisor.
See, I can do it the other way.
See, well, here's the thing. I'm going as her friend. She's a snitch.
She's just a concerned
Okay, well, I put student advisor first because.
You're also concerned about your friend.
Yes.
Like, that's right. You don't try at anything.
I'm really glad they're throwing you under the bus and not me right now.
Yeah, everybody has to join in the fun. So.
Yeah.
Am I right in the pink donut?
I'm like, I don't want to go to the career advisement. Like, what do you want to do if you're like,
After spending the time with Skipper and Angela, there's probably only about 5 minutes left before the end of your class. So you can not go back and then we had Gloria. Claire going to her Potions of Unknown Origin class. And
Yes.
seeing Gloria or Professor Evergreen. As you come in, a bunch of the other students are already there.
Oh my gosh,
And-
people were there before me.
yeah,
You're
she's
probably
like, she
a
won't.
You're second. Gina's there before you.
Oh, Susan's not with Gina?
Because Gina was the one in the class that was.
No, it was
Was it
Susan.
Susan? Okay, I thought Gina was the. Okay. Oh, that's right.
Susan's
So-
my nemesis.
So never mind. Gina's. Actually, Gina is there, but Susan doesn't meet you there. But as you step in, Professor Evergreen's Claire. Did Fiona make it back okay?
Oh yeah, she's going to go see the nurse later today.
Okay. Has she had these problems often?
No.
Not too often, but every now and then we just have to go follow her, make sure she doesn't get hurt or anything.
When she was out, did you guys cast spells to help protect her, or did she cast spells? There seemed to be some magical aura coming from the Faire Circle. Well, more than normal. coming from the Faire Circle after you guys left.
Maybe.
Maybe they
I
cast
didn't.
spells?
Maybe she did. Sometimes sleep spell casting.
It's a real problem.
Mhm.
Go ahead and make a charm check.
Fuck.
I'm glad that they're asking you, not me, because I'd be like, oh, yes.
I got a 6.
Okay. She rolled a 10.
Oh no.
So, if you have adversary tokens, you could use them to make the difference.
No, I only have
Okay.
1 left.
She's like,
Oh, I get 2 now though. Because I failed a roll.
you get one when you fail a roll.
Yeah, but now I have a total of 2.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. She's like, so you don't know if she casted a spell or not, or if you casted spells?
No, I don't know if she cast the spell.
Well, I mean, unless she's very talented at spells, they're going to have some type of visual component, as well as typically some type of verbal component, where it'd be pretty obvious if she had done this.
I mean, she was mumbling a little bit.
Did she have her wand out?
I don't know.
It was really early in the morning.
I was very tired, was trying to focus on studies super late.
Okay. Well, and we're trying to help and understand what happened, and if something abnormal is happening with her, we want her to be protected.
Oh no, she's fine.
Please share whatever you can about this situation,
Mhm.
so you can make sure that your friend is safe.
Oh no, she's good.
Okay.
Mhm.
Well, I will trust you, and I hope you know that you can trust me.
Of course. By the way, what was on your wand last night?
Oh.
She reaches into her cloak and she pulls out a vial, and it is written in Latin. She's like, this is one of the potions that we're going to be working on next semester. She dips her wand in and pulls out, and it illuminates.
Oh.
It's
Okay.
very helpful when you have to go out in the dark. You can pour on stuff and it causes it to glow, so you can light up your room. But typically candles will work fine for that, or electricity works even much better. So
Okay, cool. Just wondering, because most people just use the illuminate spell.
by making these potions more often, it lets me stay in practice, so I know how to teach you best.
Okay.
Indeed.
We were trying.
Mhm.
Very, very smart professor. I can see why you are teaching us.
All right. Well,
All right, what a suck up.
please.
Look, we're not there. Just know if this was history of magic, we heard you say that, I'd be like,
Well, please take your seat, and we'll start once everybody arrives. And thank you for the map to the Goldblum,
I think.
Goldblum. Later on this evening, I'll be making a trip out there to collect some. If you would care to escort me, you'd be welcome to.
Is that before or after the Brander ball game?
Yeah, will it be after the Brander ball game? Because I did promise a friend to go with them.
Well, I have to go before it gets dark, so I was planning to go to the Brander ball game for the first hour. Well, hopefully for an hour, depending on how well our team does.
Mm-hmm.
If it takes longer than that, then I'll have to step away to go collect this before being able to see the end of the game.
Yeah, I will definitely come and help you if that
Rats.
happens.
Okay. Thank you.
You're the only one who knows how Brander ball works. Josephine and I are gonna be like, I don't know what's going on.
I have to take a page in here and write down the rules of Brander ball.
Yeah, well, you have to. It's one of those things that Josephine and I just don't. We just
Don't
didn't.
get.
we just didn't learn it. And now we're like, it's a little late.
Just a little.
It's okay.
It's one of those things. If you watch it, you figure it out.
I
Or
hope.
at least the exciting part you figure out of throwing balls
I'll
at each
just
other. And,
literally like cheer when like other people around us
You just be
will.
looking around like, like, oh, is that
Billy gets smacked in the face, and I'm like, yeah.
Everyone's like,
and everybody else is like, what?
And I'm like, sorry. Don't look at me.
Okay. You continue as you sit in the class. The students continue to come in. Throughout the class, Susan does not arrive,
Oh fuck.
and you go through your class where she tells the students. She goes around asking who was able to find the gold glum, and then kind of goes over what it does and starts to give the description of basically what their potion they're going to make with it is, and what the plan is for the next session tomorrow, and continues her class. At the end, unless you choose to interact with her, she lets you go.
Nope, I am good. I just put no Susan !_.
You so at this point it is since it's an early day, or since you only have one class for the day, it's probably around 10 o'clock when you guys finish, and you guys have your day. The branded ball game starts at 4. What would you like to
do
do?
we meet up
For
somewhere?
lunch, brunch.
Yeah.
Did we eat breakfast?
No, I didn't.
I don't think we did.
Okay, we meet up for food.
Yeah.
Okay, you all head from your different classes to the cafeteria, and so it's not as packed as normal for lunch because it's a weird schedule, but there's a fair number of kids in the class. You see, your table is still empty.
Thank God.
Do you run over and just
Yeah.
yeah.
Run over and claim your table as everybody else goes and gets food.
What did you want to eat today?
Grilled cheese and tater tots. Like I just said.
Okay.
Okay, are you all at your table? Looking around, you see Gina is there at the table that she normally sits at, but Susan is not there. Over at the table where the Brander ball team sits, you see Billy Thomas there, as well as the other players. And every once in a while, you see Billy Thomas look over in your direction.
Oh no.
Yeah, I just sit there and I'm like,
Before Billy comes over, I goes, Susan wasn't at class.
what do you mean? Ow, she wasn't at class.
No.
I learned something. I talked to Professor Melman about it. Everything.
Everything.
Not everything. I left out the Susan part.
Okay.
But I was like, yeah, I had the same vision twice, and this is what happened.
Well,
And-
did you tell him that both times it was with Susan?
No,
Okay.
no. Apparently,
Go on.
like 10 years ago, some Madeline girl disappeared near the Faire Circle. She was doing translocation spells, and she was somehow pulled into the circle. No one's ever saw her again. Also, I drew the stars that from my vision, and he said that someone who is good at astronomy could probably help me. So here you go. I like rip it out of my notebook, and I'm like, here you go. Like before Billy, I'm just like,
Oh, before Billy shows up, yeah.
Go quick!
Is Billy already walking towards us, or
I'm just being neurotic.
Can I see if I recognize the constellations?
that would tell us when it's gonna happen too. The constellation.
I mean, it just happened.
The stars not aligned. Can't do it. Not today.
No, I
Go
mean,
ahead
like,
and
when the
make-
person
go
will
ahead and
come out
make
of
a
the
brain
portal.
check.
Oh, great. D4. I'm
Oh.
fucking stupid. Here we go. Solid 2.
What does she need a pass?
She hit a 10.
Oh,
I can't help you.
So you see here, this is a star, and then
and
I
I
think
get you up to
another star.
6.
So apparently there's a real reason why you were not paying attention in astronomy.
and suddenly you just see me. I'm like grabbing my paper bag. And
I'm like, oh, never mind.
I'm
Would I
like,
be able to see it?
I don't give you the paper.
Well, can I maybe look?
You can try. It would be more difficult since you're not part of the astronomy class.
I mean, I at least have a D20 for it.
I was gonna say. I mean, I might as well try to. If you
It would be a 14.
God damn.
you got this.
Oh! All the ones were worth it.
Dang.
Okay. You as Fiona pulls the paper away, you're like, hold on. Okay, grab it.
Don't pick it. I don't think I can try it again.
You kind of start looking at it and you're like, oh, Josephine, do you remember when I helped you on this one? It was in this book that it showed these ones and showed the order. And
Draco is in it. And like,
the Big
Okay.
Dipper and the Little Dipper and the North Star and
The belt.
all these other terms. So you recognize it. You are going to have to go look in books to be able to tell when it's going to happen, but you recognize it enough to be able to know that you will be able to find an answer.
All right, there you go. Giving you my beautiful drawing. Please don't lose it.
So you'll need to go to the library to
I mean, I was gonna go either way to look up
translocation
translocation
spells.
spells.
But when she disappeared, they looked at all the books and stuff because she apparently was really into them. They looked at all the books and stuff she checked out from the library, and it was none of them had anything about it.
Maybe she didn't check them out. Maybe she just read them at the library.
Probably.
So we'll go look.
Okay. Do I need to go to the infirmary still? Probably.
If Billy
Yeah.
starts walking towards here, bolt.
Be like, I'm feeling really ill. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Mini sorry, bye.
I should probably just go anyway, and then that way I have.
Well, go closer towards the tournament time in case they don't keep
What am
you
I
that
supposed
long.
to do that long?
You can go to the library with me.
Lane.
I can go nap.
Naps sound good.
Yeah, but then I won't look sickly. Oh, I'll go to the library.
Then you'll look sickly after the library.
Yeah, I'll be there with Claire. She'll be like, "Oh, do this." I'll be like, "Listen, I can figure it out myself." I can't figure it out myself.
Well,
I'm smart.
I believe it. You roll a d20 too for brains.
Wow, a D22.
Yes.
Sweet.
I'm real smart.
She's smarter than you.
Look.
Also, apparently, being unusual isn't a bad thing. Unfortunately, the example that Professor Melman used was himself, and
Your dad talk with Melman.
yeah.
It was such a good dad talk, though, okay?
Okay. So that's how my class went.
Okay. What about yours?
So I got sent down to the career advisor.
I sit there and I
We just start laughing.
yes,
Yes.
like obnoxiously loud.
Yeah, just
Oh,
let it
no.
out. Just let it out.
What is he,
Um,
professor? Is Skipper also a professor, or is he just Skipper?
It's
Just
just like
skip her.
Did Skipper have anything for you?
well, he asked if there's anything I'm interested in or anything because I don't participate in classes. So I just told him off the top of my head cryptozoology.
Oh,
So he's putting together materials and stuff for that. So that'll be fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so. We can go research a bunch of like.
not right now. We have other things to do.
Pressing matters.
All right, Susan.
Yeah.
oh yeah, she's disappeared. We should go probably try and figure this out.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's
It's
fine.
fine.
Oh, maybe when
Library
I'm in the,
montage.
I was gonna say maybe when I'm in the library. Besides that, I can also see if they have any like thing about when Madeline disappeared,
Like a school history.
like a newspaper articles.
So you guys finished lunch with no interruptions?
Oh, no Billy Thomas. All right, cool.
No Billy Thomas.
Does he keep looking over at our table?
Yeah.
Ew. Does Mort show up and she's like starts squealing? Billy's looking.
And I literally am like, I will pull this chair out from under you.
Ooh.
No, more had breakfast, so she's still good.
She'd probably go sit with Tandy anyway.
Daniel.
Translocation.
To the library.
So you head to the library and start researching your items for your astronomy. I don't know what the official name of it, but they have the devices where it like kind of lets you line up the stars or to
Like in the
Stuff like that.
Avatar.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I have no clue what it's called either.
I was watching one of the star maps. That sounds believable.
Let's go with it.
Oh.
So
Yeah, let's go with that.
Why shouldn't you know you're in astrology?
I saw how well that panned out.
That's why they came to her like, hey, maybe this isn't for you.
Holding it upside down. Yeah, that's a star, and then that's another star.
I was gonna say you could always transfer into one of my classes. They're pretty. I mean,
Fiona's me like transferring the history of magic. Claire's there.
I am in history.
You never noticed me. You're all the way in the back.
I'm like our midpoint.
Yeah.
We're just all separated between the chairs.
Well, that's because I would sit there and start mumbling to you. And you'd be like, you need to stop. I'm paying attention.
Shut up. We are in class right now.
You can transfer
Take
to.
notes. Take notes. Stop talking. Take notes.
And I'm like, is this important? Should I write this down? Yes. They literally just said it was going to be on the exam.
Claire's like furiously trying to scribble everything down.
How do you spell?
But you find the star map, and you're able to align it to the layout that was provided to you by Fiona, and you see that the day that it correlates with is 5 days from now.
Oh no.
Oh, we got 5 days. Oh, no.
Wow. We'll just accept that Susan was a sacrifice.
It could have been any of us, though.
You're not wrong. We have to go find
Yeah.
her.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel like this is my life mission.
To go find the girl who punched you.
I wasn't the one who said she punched me.
You're going
Okay.
along with it, so
I don't deny it, but I don't say it.
So you're going to try to look through the school history books for information about the girl who disappeared before.
Yeah. Or any of the people who disappeared before, because he made it sound like there was more than one.
Go ahead and make a brains roll.
Madeline was just the most recent.
Yeah.
What happens if it happens every
That's a
10
20.
years? Hot damn! Look at us.
I am really smart, guys.
Well, if you had a D22, you'd roll a little bit better.
That's also more sides for it to not land on
That's true.
something good.
I've heard it's called Dungeon Crawl Classic, where they use like very random stuff. There's like a D27 or something, and
Oh,
it's like what? Well, one of my friends
I don't
What?
like that.
played it before, and it's like a kind of like a grinder game where you start with a whole bunch of characters because you know that a bunch of them will die as you try to like accomplish this quest. And
Oh,
he's very entertained by the extra weird dice. But you do your research, and you going through, There have been three known students that have disappeared through the Fairy Circle. The first one is Edvin Oric.
Edvin?
Edvin,
Edwin.
Edvin
And
Orick.
his name was Edwin.
Edvin Orc.
He was a Welsh student who was good at translocation spells.
Are you telling me Susan was good at translocation spells?
Nope, I'm not saying that.
No.
He disappeared 40 years ago.
Damn.
He went into the circle. As they said, a small crowd of his friends was watching. The circle changed into water, and he slowly sank into it
Oh,
and was never seen again.
creepy. Sounds like a watery death, but okay.
The other one was Madeline Mercury.
Madeline Mercury.
Which was also 10 years ago. She was a senior at the school. She I guess we can use a new term. She was a cryptozoology student
Oh no.
and was researching fairies and found information about fairies and tried to use it onto the Fairy Circle. With people around, they saw a purple sphere pulse out from the center of the circle. As the pulse of the purple sphere recessed back, she was gone. The last one is Victoria Grail. She was one of the very early students at the school, and her magic was on par with the magic of King Julian spells.
Oh.
Ooh.
Did she have a preferred school or?
Type.
Um,
The forbidden spell.
she was a Branderball student
Oh no!
or a Branderball player, and when she after one of the games, she felt she was deserving of the Purple Leaf Award, which goes to the best overall player. And after she did not receive the award, she got jealous and she cast a spell at the person who won the award. A pair of the teachers cast spells to stop the spell, and it went back and ended up hitting Victoria, and it caused her to not dissolve, but basically turn into a gaseous form, which then went to the Fairy Circle and absorbed into the ground.
So she got flushed.
Yeah.
Those are the three references you can find.
Spooky.
Not great.
Creepy.
All right.
And what else were you trying to find in the library?
Oh, translocation spells.
Yeah.
Okay. They have books for different translocation spells. They have different different types, portals, transfer or teleportation spells, the ones that alter objects, so like to make magic carpets, stuff like that. You don't find any that describe what you saw at the Fairy Circle. You find some that are similar. It all seems to be portal based, of a opening appears at one location, which would be connected to some other location, and that will be the bridge to take them to where they intend to go.
So none of the portal spells are like the ones that we saw. Is there any like guard spell, like a
Barrier spells.
Yeah, barrier spells that describe what we saw.
You find barrier spells. Because barrier spells are kind of very generic. They just project a aura of protection. A lot of times how they appear is more based on the person who casts it. If they want it to look like something kind of symbolic to them, or just a kind of like a generic barrier. So you don't find anything like describing the one exactly, but it describes as it's probably something of that kind of like the protagonist of how you see it, or the best way that person visualizes the barrier is how the barrier appears for them. So for some people who cast a barrier, it might appear like as a brick wall. It might appear as like a steel dome, just based on their perception, their view of the best way of being protected or feeling the safest.
Is there anything about something that would turn someone's eyes black, like they were demonically possessed?
Possession spells.
Possession spells are in the restricted area.
Oh, that makes sense. You know,
I like go, and then it's one of those things. The librarian is like ahem, and I'm like,
she takes like one step through.
like it's not even that. It's like it's weird that this door is locked. Like get the door unlocked. Like walk it in. It's like and I was like, there's a sign, and I'm like, oh, huh, there's a sign. That
I
says like,
can't read.
okay.
And what about like location barrier spells? Like it's not.
Location, like preventing people from going through a barrier,
Yeah.
is a common aspect of the barrier.
Oh,
What
okay.
about books on Faire Circles?
Man, who's the smart one here? Okay, yeah.
Faire Circle, you go ahead and make a brains check.
Should we all do a brains check?
See who finds something.
Since both of you have a D20, we'll just do one of you. So kind of as a group check.
Yeah, because this
since
is
you
too
get a-
sad for me.
Since you're doing it as a group check, so kind of working together. Since you have a D20 and she has a D20, we'll just give you a +2
Okay.
to your roll.
That's the 22
to account her helping you.
That's a 9.
plus 2.
That's with the +2.
That's one. So I was gonna have it as a 12 to find the books. So
Wait,
if you guys
we
have
can do
enough
the
adversary
adverse.
tokens,
I don't have any.
So you're at 9. We need a 12.
Do you start with 3 at the beginning of each game?
No.
Or like how does that work?
Every time
Yeah,
you
it says
fail a
begin the
roll.
game with 3.
So
Yeah, then you
you-
add 1.
you at the beginning in the first session you got 3,
Oh.
and then you gain 1 each time that you fail a roll. You gain an additional 1, and it carries over from game to game.
I mean, I can give you an extra 4 right now.
Because I think I have 2 right now. Well, then I failed to roll earlier. I got a 1. So
Okay.
would I have 3 then?
4.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So
if you give her 1, I can give her 2.
do that.
And that would bring us up to 12.
I get distracted, and it's actually one of them who finds, like, it's in the book that I found. I was like, oh, huh, interesting.
You got distracted by a picture.
Yeah.
You got the book of fairies, like, oh, that one's pretty.
That's a nice
Oh, that one's
fairy.
pretty.
Ooh, I
Oh.
really like that tree.
Oh, it has
So
wings.
cute.
Oh yeah, the circle.
This one looks like Tinkerbell.
So
Man, I would have thought Disney would have copyrighted that.
somebody put up a video of the Jungle Book and Winnie the Pooh,
Oh yeah, I saw that.
where like
The animation lined up.
yeah, or like the two
Really?
characters are walking like up a log, and like they basically just changed the background but kept like all the other motion like exactly the same.
And that's another one
Oh.
is like either Sword in the Stone or Black Cauldron, where it was also lined up with Jungle Book.
Yeah,
Like it's like copy paste same animation, but
And
they're
then-
2 different movies.
and then they had like another one where like they're doing like the chase going back and forth, and, like
Yeah.
somebody grabs someone, and there's like 2 or 3 different movies where it had like the exact same motion, and it's like
Wow.
We should check
They're
out
just
this
being
book
lazy.
on fairy circles.
So you grab the book on fairy circles. Fairy circles. Fairy circles are fairy circles are created, or the power of the fairy circle comes from when the fairies first develop their community. They will pick an area that they chooses safe or that is a good area for them to kind of build their community. And then they will start their community there. They'll find different objects to kind of make a barrier. But a lot of, with having that many fairies in one area, it kind of permeates the ground with magic. So even after the fairies are forced to move, when people find the circle or mess with the circle, it'll cause them to move. A lot of the magic, fairy magic, will still stay permeated in the ground. There's many different circles across the world in different locations. Some people believe that the fairy circles have translocation powers to allow the fairies to go between fairy circles to basically visit other fairy circles without having to basically travel a long distance.
So is it possible that she's at another fairy circle?
We should look up at where the other fairy circles are in the world.
It says that there's probably over a thousand.
Is there a
fairy
way to
circles.
find a map of like fairy circles in our like region, like in Madagascar?
What if it's not in our region though?
That's true.
You'd probably have to. Someone would probably have that. I don't know who, but I can make a note, and if you want to try looking into that next time, we can.
What time is it in the game?
I was like, your phone's right there.
Yeah, no, I was about to say, wait a minute.
It
Enough
is.
time for Brandon Ball.
So you guys finished lunch, and so it's probably around two or so.
What time did they start getting ready? Like, I need to run to the infirmary. Hold on.
Well, the game starts at 4.
At
Yeah.
4. So normally the players arrive at 3.
I got
the,
time.
The fans start to get in at 3:30
Okay.
or a half hour before to pick their seats. And
What if Billy's looking for you now, though?
That's why I'm going to run to the infirmary.
Okay.
okay. And Justine and Claire.
Do you want us to go with you?
That's up to you guys.
Are we going to the game?
Or you guys could go head that way and make sure we have good seats.
And snacks.
Ooh, go grab my bag. Oh, wait, no, my bag's right here. Never mind. We're good.
Wizard corn dogs.
I hope they float.
Who needs cup holders?
Like, can you
And
imagine
then it'll
eating a
rotate as
corn-
you eat it. Like,
yeah.
Corn, you're like,
Corn on the cob, it just floats whenever you need it to, like right in front of your face. You don't have to get your hands
and it
dirty.
stays nice and hot. Like,
Yes.
The butter doesn't drip off it. It just stays.
It just keeps circling around it.
like it's roasting, but like
yes. Oh my god. Magic World sounds amazing.
Magic corn dogs.
okay.
We can get like fresh popcorn, like literally the person like walking up and down, like fresh popcorn. You're like, yes, and you literally just go, boop,
And
it
you
starts-
hear pop, 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 pop.
yes.
Yep. All right, so your homework is to come up with all of your magical
Snacks.
snacks for next week. But so you guys head to the
What did we call it?
Athena,
Yeah, the Athena.
the Athena, and to get your seats for the game. You're not the earliest ones there, so you're probably about 8 rows back, but you're still pretty close. Fiona, you head over to the infirmary.
Mm-hmm.
When,
Billy's waiting.
when you get there, you see the nurses there. She is a elderly lady with red hair. I lost her
I'm
name.
gonna be like, it's private.
Irene. Nurse Irene. And she's welcome. What brings you in today?
I sleepwalked last night, I guess, and the professors and the friends who found me said I should probably come talk to you.
Sleepwalking?
I mean, I went pretty far, and I also pass out sometime. I don't know if you've heard about that, but anyways.
Oh, okay. She kind of goes over and goes into a cabinet and reaches in and kind of grabs a vial. It's like, well, if you have a drop of this before each night, it should keep you from sleepwalking. And let me just give you a once over to make sure you're okay, and we'll sign you out. You see her
You're gonna
kind
be
of.
out of here in no time.
You see her take out her wand, and she starts to cast a spell, and your body kind of starts to glow, and you see like a shimmer kind of just like slowly go over your body, and once it finishes, she's like, okay, well, you're good. There's nothing jumped out. Typically, if something was wrong, there would be a flash of light as it traces over your body. So unless there's anything you else want to tell me, you seem good to go.
All right. I don't think so. Meanwhile, I'm like, I should have made Claire come with me. Like it's like when you have to bring your mom and it's like, okay, why are you here? And you look at your mom. Yeah, no, that's it. Anyway, so I'm not gonna die. No one needs to worry about me.
I don't need to write a will, anything.
A living will. Damn.
No.
I don't need to call my parents.
No, nothing seems to be wrong with you at all. This potion should help with your sleepwalking.
What kind of potion is it? Like what's it called?
What's in it?
She gives its name and what's in it. Just basic potions, or a basic potion to help with sleeping better.
Just chock full of lavender.
I was gonna say it's literally just
Lavender and
melatonin.
Yeah.
With melatonin.
Later on, you can give to Claire, and she'll be familiar with it.
Yeah, that's what I was planning to do.
What's in
Melatonin potion. I'm like, I don't know if I should take this because I don't actually have sleepwalking problems.
You
I'm-
probably sleep like a baby.
Yeah, but then what if I have
Give
weird
it to
dreams? No, absolutely not.
Wow.
Did that take like no time at all?
Like
It took like
10
5 minutes.
Man, I should have stalled longer. All right.
Go hide.
Yeah, I'm gonna go and
Go to the
like.
library. They'll never expect you there.
Or just go to the game with a mustache.
Yes.
I'm going to like sprint back up to my room.
That's the first place he's gonna look for you.
Not under my bed.
Okay. You head back up to your room.
Is Mort in there?
Mort is not there.
Oh, thank God.
She would have ratted you out
Yeah.
so fucking fast.
Yeah.
Hey, your girlfriend's over there.
She's hiding under the bed. Weird. Anyway.
Okay. You so you guys find your spot at the arena. They go around
Yes.
bringing different foods that you can come up with for next week,
Yes.
and we will end there. But before we do, the door opens to the room as Mort and Billy Thomas come through.
I'm like under my bed, like
You just see Mort's feet and then like
other feet, and I'm like,
Billy.
I'm like,